All right, welcome guys to the Redbacks pod, the first episode of the Uni Nationals here in Canberra. I've got two athletes with me. You want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Kurt. I'm captain and team manager of Beach Volleyball.
I'm Cal. I'm not captain, just an athlete from the Beach Volleyball team.
And I'm Harrison. I'm a part of the media crew and I also work full-time at RMIT. So, Beach Volleyball, you guys both competed today?
Yep. In two separate teams.
Separate teams, yes.
Me and Nathan competed this morning and Cal competed with Klas this morning as well.
Yes, I did catch your game. I actually have notes, but I already know that you guys had a really good score.
Yeah, it was all right.
It's a bit of an understatement.
Yes, that was the first sport I watched today, and I was going to, speak about it eventually on the pod, but I was going to say, beach volleyball is obviously a unique sport, I feel like, to get into. Do you want to touch on, obviously we'll get into more national stuff soon, but how you guys got into beach volleyball?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, volleyball as a whole, beach aspect of it aside, it's pretty unknown. I feel like a lot of people get introduced to it through school, and then from there you kind of expand out to beach. Obviously, there's people that live close to the beach. The main beach is South Melbourne. That's kind of where the main courts are. A lot of people live kind of near there. They might get introduced to it that way. But otherwise, you kind of just get introduced to it through school. I did personally myself, at least. And then from there, you learn about the new aspect of it in the beach. And then you either love it or you don't. And then you kind of get involved. People like Kurt who bring you into environments like this and into the uni aspect of it, which is unreal. But yeah, you, Kurt?
Yeah, pretty similar with Cal. So I went to a pretty big volleyball high school for indoor at least. So I played indoor for a few years and then got introduced through beach because one of my high school mates was trying out for the state team, and I'd never played beach before, but I was like, yeah, I'll just try it for the state team because why not? And I ended up making it with Cal as well, I think.
Yeah, I think we're in the same squad.
The same squad. So yeah, that's how I got introduced to it. But also my year 8 coach played in the Olympics for beach volleyball in Tokyo.
That's pretty cool.
That was a big influence into getting to beach volleyball too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was saying to Soph earlier, who's behind the camera today. Usually, I know you hosted the podcast last year, Soph, but there is a few unique sports when you come to nationals. This is my first nationals. I've worked at RMIT for 8 years, and this is the first time I've managed to come. And I feel like Canberra might be one of the better ones I am able to come to. I was thinking everything's so close together. Obviously, you guys at beach volleyball today, you had netball around the corner, touch football, we don't have a team, but then you've got hockey, tennis, and then there was indoor volleyball, or do you just refer to it as volleyball? Yeah, It's pretty cool that everything's so close. I know on the Gold Coast last year, you guys could be travelling upwards of an hour to get to a different sport, so I feel like having these clusters together is unique and it brings a different vibe, and I know, for the students who are going to go out in the evenings, at least there's only a few places to go to. I don't know if you guys have any plans tonight.
Nothing in concrete yet tonight. Might go out for a nice sit down with the boys, which may evolve further on.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll see where the night takes us. But I definitely agree in the aspect that Canberra, especially in terms of watching other sports, is been the best out of the 3 nationals I've been to. Predominantly, 1, yes, because everything's close together, but 2, because we all drove up here, we just all have cars. We can just get around. Where other years we would have to either hire a car or take Ubers everywhere, and that just gets a bit pricey. It's been really good being able to just we finished our first game, and we just walked 2 minutes over and watched the netball, or we finished our second game and we took a 5-minute walk and watched the hockey and the women's volleyball. So yeah, it's been really good in that aspect.
Yeah, I think it is pretty cool. We will run through some of the results. We actually got some medals yesterday in the Taekwondo. We won gold and 3 silvers, and we only had 4 athletes. So that means everyone returns home with a medal. So amazing. Obviously, we already touched on beach volleyball this morning, which was 21-1 in the first set, and then was it 21-0 in the second?
21-0 in the second.
So yes, they only managed to get 1 point. Similar in the mixed netball at the end. I think we were versing Central Queensland. They only managed 6 points. So It's good to see RMIT performing well. We had Kalani, who got 256 in 10-pin. and Cooper, who got 258, so very close. I know the max score in 10 pins 300.
Yeah, dynamic sibling duo there.
There you go. So that's something new for me to learn.
Born and bred.
Yeah. Love that their parents
Bowling's
must
in
have
the
got into it. Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. So
We'll have to get them on.
we will have to get them on. I think I need to head down to 10 pin. I'm going sailing tomorrow.
Going sailing. On the
Yeah.
boat?
On the boat.
I'm trying to get on the boat.
That would be sick.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on the boat.
Don't
So
fall off.
we'll see how we were trying to convince Rupert to get on the boat too, but he might not have a life jacket that's big enough for him.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Can't
Yeah.
imagine. Can't
Yeah.
imagine he'd float either.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't know
think he's a
if spiders
sinker.
can swim very well.
No, that is true from experience. But no, it was actually good. So this is the first year with Rupert here as well.
Yeah.
Was that a bit of a surprise to have him turn up to the team dinner last night?
Yeah, no, it's been really, really good having him here. I've seen him around at the basketball, and I've heard a few stories from some past uni games people back in like 2015, 16 when he used to come down. And yeah, it's always good having him down here, especially when there's other teams having their mascots. Felt a bit left out last year, but this year we're going to win the race.
Yes, Wednesday at 12 or 12:30, one of the two. We'll confirm it on tomorrow's podcast. But a mascot race. So, I mean, Rupert has 8 legs, so he should win, realistically. I think so.
More legs should be able to run faster. Makes sense.
It does make sense. Obviously, this year there's been a few challenges introduced as well. Obviously, in the past, I've not been around, but we've got the mini Ruperts running around.
Little baby Ruperts.
You've got a mini Rupert story today because, yours may have been stolen and you've stolen it back.
It was almost stolen.
Almost stolen.
Shav was getting our coach, Xavier, was getting a bit too non-cautious with the... He's been very, very cautious all day. He's been clinching it real hard, and then talking to the netball girls, he let his grip go.
I think he was trying to steal theirs, and then they
Yeah.
almost got ours whilst he was trying to steal
And then
theirs.
he snatched it Ellen snatched it from Xavier, and then I quickly snatched it off Ellen, and we quickly got it back.
That's good. So I only lost for a few seconds.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, I got cornered just before by the tennis folks trying to get mine. But once it's on my neck, I feel like I should be safe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like that's the best way, but
I thought there was supposed to be no snatching.
yeah, that's...
no physical altercation.
Yeah,
Okay.
no violence.
Oh, yeah.
So we are against that. But, yeah, obviously. So, obviously, competition tomorrow. How many games have we got? Is it 2?
We have 2.
Yeah, we've got one,
Yeah,
just
we've
a
got one.
later one. Yeah.
So will that determine proceedings going forward on Wednesday?
No, so we have pool games up until Thursday morning.
Okay.
So yeah, the structure this year is a bit different. So we only have semi-finals. So it's just top 2 from each pool play semis, and then they play for a medal if they win that. So it really just comes down to just winning as many pool games as we can before semis.
Yes, very interesting. Obviously, we also have the sports trainers and the media. The rest of the media team come tonight, which is going to be good. So we're going to be able to section off. So we might have a few more people on the pod tomorrow. Sports trainers. Do we need any taping tomorrow? Are we all good?
Potentially.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's been a rough first day.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, obviously you had I think, depending sports, you play a lot of games in one day. Like, I come from an AFL background. Obviously, we don't have an AFL team because it's hard to get 24 people to commit to one sport. But I could imagine trying to play 2 or 3 footy games in one day and then backing it up the next day. I need to speak to the soccer guys because I feel like, depending how many slide tackles have come in today, they might be a bit worse for wear. I heard that there needed to be a bit of ice earlier, so that's interesting. A question for you both. If you had to pick another sport, obviously I'm going to take beach and indoor volleyball out of it.
Fair enough.
What would you choose and why?
I don't know, probably going to have to go with the sport we spent the most time watching today, being field hockey. Played a bit of it in high school and just loved it. Yeah, love how, like, physical it is, but also just, like, the fitness aspect of it. It's real fast-paced. Yeah, probably field hockey. What about you, Kurt?
Yeah, I'm not too good at many other sports, being honest. But out of all the sports here that I reckon I'd be good at, probably mixed netball. Because I was never good at shooting, but you don't have to shoot if you're not in the shooting circle. So, yeah, probably mixed netball. Good at defense, good at jumping.
Yeah, I think so. Watching the mixed netball today, I feel like I could have at least fielded a wing defense or something position potentially. That's not taking any credit away from them, but yeah, no, I think Yeah, mixed netball would do the trick, especially no footy. I'm kind of gutted. I wish I could have like gone out and watched some footy, but I think there is footy 9, so I might have to, have a
Give that
look and
crack.
Yeah.
maybe choose another university to support while I'm watching
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah, I got a few mates playing for VU
Okay.
tomorrow in the footy. So
Yeah.
that should be good.
Well, we actually con some Melbourne Uni and Curtin Uni students into supporting Rupert on Wednesday because
Okay.
their mascots aren't here.
Perfect.
So
Bit of bribery going on there?
Exactly.
or-
Yeah. So we told Melbourne, we said, look, I feel like all the Melbourne unis have got to get together. I feel like Latrobe in the past have brought their mascot, but
Yeah.
we're a spider should beat an eagle. I think they are. I think they're
Yeah,
eagles.
Eagle.
I reckon.
Eagle.
It's
No,
a bird.
Eagle Stadium. Yeah, it's an
Eagles.
Eagle. Yeah.
So
Rupert's not any spider though.
he's the spider.
He's
He's
the
him.
spider.
He's
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah,
So,
It was him.
there was something that was going to come to mind. Oh, I was going to say, so it is your last
Yep.
Nationals, which sucks.
My first.
Your first.
Yeah.
So you got more to come.
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
So,
Yeah.
Depending on how this week goes.
Yeah.
so is it your first year studying at RMIT?
No, second.
Second year. So you weren't able to come last year?
I was going to come, but ended up having a holiday planned over the time that we were supposed to go away. So I couldn't end
Yeah.
up getting along, but I missed out.
It better have been a good holiday.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, so
Didn't bring any silverware home from the holiday though.
Ah,
hopefully, well, this is a holiday in itself. I feel like.
I feel like it is too.
So how many more years can you potentially
Just next year.
just next year?
Yeah.
That's all right. 2 years is not too bad. I'll try and be here next year. I don't think they've got confirmed where it is.
no, don't. Not that I've heard, at least. They might have it in private, but
Yeah,
think they've
they
publicly
might know behind the
announced it.
scenes. They're sorting it out.
yeah.
I assume Gold Coast is always a popular one, I feel like, so it could potentially go
Yeah.
back up there. It might be a bit warmer than it is now. I've been in my T-shirt all day and I've just thrown the
Yeah.
hoodie on. It's like Melbourne weather, I feel like, Canberra.
Yeah, it was so sunny in the morning, and then a couple hours later it got really windy, and now it's really cloudy. So
Yeah, 100%. It's literally a duplicate of Melbourne. I've actually found, like, going out of town, it's been actually pretty, like, chill. I feel like it's kind of like going out, well, like Bundoora. It's kind of like suburban.
yeah,
And you've
it's
got
just a
that
big
feel to
suburb.
it. Yeah, it's just a big suburb.
Yeah.
Obviously, you haven't got the skyscrapers and stuff. So, I don't know, it's pretty cool. And for them to have all the sporting fields and stuff, like, you kind of feel like Canberra's just a spot in Australia. Obviously, we have Parliament. But then they've got all these fields and stuff, and they might even, do better than us in Melbourne. I try to think if we had a Nationals in Melbourne, like, how we'd do it.
In terms
And you'd
of
be
just-
travelling everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. In terms of proximity, like what you were saying earlier, how close everything is and how easily accessible it is for everybody to get from venue to venue and support all the different teams and stuff like that. I don't know how that'd work too well in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a bit like how they were planning on having a Commonwealth Games, but everywhere was like 2 hours away from each other, so they had to can it.
Yeah, which kind of sucked. I don't even think anyone's picked that Commonwealth Games up.
No, not yet.
So
No,
does that mean no one's doing it?
I don't know.
how
I
does
think
that
I think they changed. They've put a bid out to like pay a city to actually take it instead of.
We'll take it back.
Yeah, we'll take
Yeah,
Now we'll take it.
yeah. Well, we're in debt, so we need to make it back.
Yeah, exactly. So
You studying business?
No, maybe I should.
accountant, it might be accountant. I believe so too. So that'll be interesting. Who knows what happens? Is there any desire? Have you guys like participated with any like Commonwealth Games or Olympic athletes in the past?
Competed with or against?
Yeah, with or against?
I personally haven't. I know my brother played against Mark Nicolaides, who's in the current Australian beach team. And I've played with someone on the men's indoor volleyroos team as well a few years ago, but not too much, no.
No, not yourself.
Not myself personally, but my brother, big cyclist. It's the brothers. We're just living vicariously through our brothers.
Just shadows.
Yeah, he was a big cyclist. One of the guys he rode up through juniors and everything with. He rode in the team pursuit on the velodrome, and they took home a gold medal, which is pretty cool to see that. Yeah,
That is pretty cool. They
Yeah.
don't do velodrome here for Nationals, do they? They do road cycling. I don't believe we have a team though.
Not this year, sadly.
But velodrome is pretty cool. I've raced velodrome in the past, and crashed because it's like it's steep.
Yeah,
it is very
yeah,
steep. I was
and you
young.
don't have brakes.
Yeah, no. I remember my first time doing velodrome. It was an asphalt
Yeah,
track.
Yep.
And obviously I'm just used to the road bike. You just like let your feet sit and it just keeps spinning.
Yep.
And I just stopped my feet. I just went bang.
Straight over the handlebars.
Straight over the handlebars. And I'm like, this 13-year-old kid, and like bang, hit my face on the floor, just crying. Where's Dad?
Never
like,
again?
Oh, it was a tough ask to get me back out there. I did it just for Dad. He's a road cyclist, so it's like, you know, if he wanted me to do any sport, it would be cycling. I don't even have a bike now, so I'm not doing him very proud.
Too traumatized.
No, I went back to footy straight away. I can take a hip and shoulder, but flipping over the handlebars a bit too much.
Yeah.
Call in a sub. Class, you coming too?
Oh, is that brightening us up, Soph? I could pretend I could just like clap and then bang. New people. Look at that.
Wow.
So we've got
Class.
Nathan.
awesome. And you both beach volleyballers, right?
Yeah.
4 beach volleyballers. This is what I was saying. I don't know if you guys were listening from behind the camera. I was saying like beach volleyball to me is such a unique sport to get into. And I asked them their stories. So now I need your stories. How did you get into it?
Well, both my parents play beach volleyball, so I guess just sort of growing up, I ended up playing with my dad a little bit socially, and then eventually got a bit better. He got a bit older. I started playing with other people, and I really love it. So
Awesome.
Yeah, I was kind of similar to Kurt. So kind of in high school, volleyball was quite popular. So I played indoor for a few years, and then just recently, in the last kind of year or so, I just hopped out onto the beach, and I've found it more kind of enjoyable, and the community's a lot nicer in my opinion and more exciting. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was the first event I watched today after the welcoming ceremony. And I need to get out there. I was only there for 15 minutes, so I need to get out there for a bit long. I saw your first set, which is a pretty good first set. The second set was even better. But yeah, not too bad. How have you guys found Canberra? Day one, is it first nationals, second nationals? Where are we at? How many times have you guys competed?
it's my second one. So second year of uni, I went last year. I quite I like the Gold Coast anyway. Nice and warm up there, nice beach.
Yes, it's a bit chilly right at the moment.
Yeah. So like in terms of the beach courts there, I would prefer Gold Coast, but like you guys were saying before, it's a lot nicer to get around here because we didn't have any chance to watch anyone else last year. Because no one had their car there because no one was driving up from Melbourne.
Yeah, what is it? It might be like 17, or is it like 21? It's one of the two. I confuse myself with like Sydney or whatever.
Yeah,
it's too long.
No one wanted to do that. So no one had cars, and it was like a $40 Uber to go watch someone play.
Yeah.
So
Bit rough.
it wasn't as like nice as this, where we can see all these different teams coming to watch different sports.
Yeah, I can understand why we weren't able to win the Spirit Award last time. This time I feel like we're going to get there. I know we've won it a numerous amount of times, and it's definitely fun. Which teams did you guys have watching you today?
We had hockey. Hockey men's team came over, had a watch. We had the mixed netball team come down and have a watch, and then I think there were a few players from maybe. Not too sure. There was another sport that was on, but I can't remember which one it was. But it's great. Like we had a few people down supporting. And
I was going to say it must be good to just have people come around and support you guys, and then you guys obviously do the same thing. Which sport, like tomorrow? Say you have time off. I know obviously you guys do have like a busy schedule. Yeah. What sport do you want to get to? Like if you had to like choose, like is there one that like you're like, I need to see this?
I kind of want to watch the men's volleyball as well because I don't really watch any indoor at all. Never played, so I'd be interested to see.
You've always been on the beach.
Yeah.
There you go.
Interesting. Is that does beach automatically like is it harder? Like if you're like comparing?
It's different.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think for like if you're coming from one to the other, you'd probably have an easier time going from beach.
Yeah.
Because it's a big change coming down from like 6 people. Because the team we played this morning, I think, is a pretty good example.
Yeah.
They could not handle, like with just 2 of them on the court, they couldn't pass to each other. But if you have more people on court, that ball still
Yeah.
won't go over.
Yeah, exactly right. I found the same thing. Like coming over from indoor myself, like the adjustment's quite difficult. Like I feel like now, nearly a year in, it's starting to feel easier. But definitely, I mean, you saw me back in April and March and stuff when we were first coming over. Like I didn't know how to act at all. I'm like, where are all the teammates? Like, where's everybody? So,
Who's backing me? Like if I miss it, who's there and
it's like,
stuff.
it's just me.
So do you find that there's more communication required?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's like you're in a partnership as well. So you have to have that good chemistry. Like we were talking earlier about just amongst us boys, how in indoor, like if someone's not gelling well, you sub them off, you bring someone in. It's just you and a partner. So you
Yeah.
have to get along. Otherwise, the game's going to fall apart.
Yeah. And I see when someone's serving, the person at the front is like putting fingers up and stuff, right? So it's
Mhm.
like communication, like telling where to serve, I assume. I played tennis, so I kind of feel like it's similar in that manner.
Yeah, so the actual symbols are where you're going to block.
Oh.
And then you can do like you have your line or cross block, some other ones. And then to indicate which one you're serving to, just like wiggle that finger.
Interesting.
Do Spider-Man for RMIT as well.
Mm.
Depends how you feel. Maybe if we're up 21 points again, we'll do a bit of a Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Rupert can come down to a beach volleyball.
Yeah.
He might get a bit
That'd be
sandy
good.
though. I don't know how that
That's
works.
true.
Oh, well, there's a nice, you can stay on the path and then sit on one of the chairs.
Yeah, I think he needs
Yeah.
to. You guys are going to come down to the mascot race on Wednesday? It's actually at the field where the touch footy is.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the race is. So it's actually
Oh,
not
why
far
not?
from you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. I'll have a walkover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
We'll be
he
there.
needs to win. That's all I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
I asked the others if you couldn't choose beach or indoor volleyball,
Mm.
which sport would you choose to compete at next year?
I'd probably choose basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I think out of all the other ones, it's the only one I've taken kind of seriously. And I probably wouldn't want to try a new sport and just be really bad at it.
Be that guy.
Yeah.
That one bloke. Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon I'll probably do mixed netball. 'Cause
Yeah.
I play socially because I work at a sports stadium myself. So
Yeah.
I play with my co-workers. We just kind of mess around, but I actually know the rules, which is half of netball. I feel. So
Yeah.
I reckon that'd be fun to play.
That
Yeah.
definitely does help. Yeah. And there's a bit of hops involved in both of them as such,
Yeah.
which kind of you can transfer into the
Yeah, a bit of
volleyball game as
agility and jumping
well.
around.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how many more nationals can you guys go to? Will you still be at RMIT next year? When you graduate?
I'd graduate next year, but I'd still be able to play next year.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, it depends if I do a master's or something.
Does something like this, do you look forward to it? Most
Yeah,
years?
I loved it last year. So it just always felt like it was far away, this year until a week ago, and I was like, oh, we're leaving to
Yeah.
Canberra. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have plenty left. I'm in my first year. So
Oh,
I'd have
beautiful.
At least 3 more, potentially a 4th if I go down to masters.
Yeah.
So definitely exciting.
That is definitely exciting. Yeah, I was never a student, so I always felt the FOMO. When I deferred my original course and then just never went to uni myself. And I was it was uni games back then for me. And I was like, that's the one thing I want to go to. Just sports all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Is just amazing.
Yeah.
All I do at home is just chuck on sport on TV. It doesn't even matter what it is.
Yeah.
And we just had the Olympics go by, and obviously the Paralympics still
on.
going. Yeah. So, I mean, this is kind of like our own mini Olympics. It's
Yeah, I think
just
it's pretty
national.
cool.
Yeah,
I
I
was-
think.
Yeah, I was talking to my mate, it's kind of like when you used to go to high school and you do your carnivals, your
Mm.
swimming and your aths day. It's got that same kind of vibe, except everyone's a bit more grown up and you have a bit more freedom, I guess.
Yeah. I was just well, at the moment, as a staff member, I feel like it's kind of like a school camp where I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
that teacher that's just making sure you guys aren't too loud. 118 next to me. I don't know who's in 118, but they were playing some doof music last night. I don't think they knew that there was a staff member sleeping next door. Fortunate for them, I can sleep through almost anything, but I won't let them off the hook too badly. You guys got much on tonight?
I think we're doing a big barbecue or something.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently barbecue's on soon. We're both starving, so
Yeah,
We're
I am
ready.
starving too.
Yeah.
I got told we're having burgers, so I'm going out for burgers. So
mad.
appreciate that. Someone had a bad sleep last night, I heard.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. I put in some effort to go to bed early. So I was in bed and got 2 hours sleep from 10 until midnight. And then I don't want to name names, but somebody came back to the room, and they're like the loudest snorer I have ever experienced in my life. And it just did not stop.
That's great, mate. We might have had to switch
Yeah.
rooms at that rate.
I'm gonna be sleeping on the floor in another room now.
Another room.
Yeah.
At least you got a mattress,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Well,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's all I need.
And now they get a room to themselves.
Yeah.
Well,
No one else. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend anyone else go in there.
we have a bit of a plot too for the snorer. We reckon if he's
God.
really, really deep asleep on like a couch or something, we'll lift it out and just walk the couch
yeah.
out and just put him outside so everyone else can hear the snoring.
Yeah. Well, it may have worked out better for them now that they go to sleep by themselves.
Yeah.
That might have been their plan after all. So, who knows? Obviously, yeah. Coming to the end of day 1, all competitions are done, which is good. Competitions tomorrow, day 2. I feel like it's a very similar format. Day 1 and day 2 is a bit
For
just
most
hectic.
sports, yeah.
It's just hectic,
a
and
lot
then
of games getting through the pools.
yeah, Wednesday's a bit similar, and then obviously it slowly dies off. We've got our team dinner. How much pink have we got?
Shorts.
Pink shorts.
Yep.
Got a nice hot pink T-shirt.
Yes.
Roll with that.
Love that, love that. I know there's some op shops around, so if you want extra hats and
That's true,
sunglasses
that's
and stuff, that works well as well. But yeah, obviously we are going to be back tomorrow for another podcast. I'll keep. You guys have had your turn, so I'll try and find someone.
Yeah.
I might need to speak to those 10-pin twin brothers or siblings.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters. There you go. Sorry. Siblings. There you go. So anyway, I appreciate you guys joining the pod today. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
Make sure if you guys are listening here, check it out on our socials and whatnot. Redbacks Pod. Follow RMIT Active. Follow Rupert the Redback because he's here now too. And Beach Volleyball doesn't have socials.
No.
So you guys can plug your personals.
What's it called?
Is there a beach
I don't know it
volleyball
off the
account?
top of my head.
Is there a beach volleyball account?
Yeah, but I don't know what it's called off the top of my head. Is
You
it
don't-
just
You don't know your own Instagram?
No, I don't really use Instagram.
Oh.
Like I made my first post yesterday. Like first
For Nationals?
ever. Well, that story on the road. Like I've never made a story before. Yeah. Class_beach volleyball.
There we go.
That's the one.
Give it a fire. And yours?
Just Nathan Rhodes. That's it.
Done. I appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow.